What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Tanner, and today we are going to be doing a 1,000 subscriber Q&A. In my last video a couple weeks ago, I asked you guys to leave me some questions down in the comments, and that you guys did. I've got a bunch of questions here, about 20 or so, and if it was a repeat question, I didn't write it down here, so if I don't say your name, you probably had a repeat question, and I do apologize. But before we get into the video, I want to give you guys some background information on myself, some things that you guys didn't ask me. My name is Tanner Eskew. I was born and raised right here in Central Texas. I'm 27 years old. I am a master electrician. I am a father. I like to plant trees and grow food. I like to play disc golf. And yeah, all around I like to live life and try to have fun doing it. So let's get into the questions. I got, like I said, I think I got about 20 here. Some of them are multi-part questions from one person. And the first question is from my brother, Vegan Vlogs, Hayden. Lots of you guys came from my brother's channel. And Vegan Vlog wants to know, what were my thoughts the first time we went to Puerto Rico? And it's actually kind of crazy how we ended up in Puerto Rico, because we went on vacation every year, and at the time we were thinking about going to Cancun, Colorado, something like that. My brother says, "You want to go to Puerto Rico?" And at first I was apprehensive. It's like 3,000 miles from Texas across an ocean. I was like, maybe. Ultimately, he convinced me, and we went. And I gotta tell you guys, although I was a little bit nervous and scared flying and apprehensive because of the language barrier and different things like that, when we got here, I was totally blown away. They call it the Enchanted Island for a reason, and if you guys watching, if you've never been, I highly suggest that you go to Puerto Rico on vacation. Go to the west side of the island, go to El Yunque. It'll blow you away. My first initial thoughts when we got to the island was just like, wow, you know, totally blown away. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was amazing. And I knew when we got to the west side of the island and did our tour, I knew that's where we wanted to buy a piece of property and build a farm. Thanks for the question, bro. Number 2, from Trisha. Are you moving to PR? You had mentioned it when your brother moved. All right. So this is a perfect segue, or the last question was a perfect segue to this question, because we went on vacation, right? We fell in love. We decided, hey, this is the place we got to be. And about a year later, we packed up suitcases, 2 big suitcases each. We packed about 80% of our life, and we flew to Puerto Rico, and we lived here 6, 7, 8 months maybe. I don't know exactly how long I lived on the island. But at the time we were doing a work share, and then so we'd work in the morning, and then we'd spend our whole day property hunting, talking to people, and it took us a long time to find the property that we wanted, the property that we, absolutely fell in love in, and the property that was the right price for us. Because there's lots of properties out there. There's lots of big properties, 20+ acres. And although it's cheap for the price per acre, it was more money than we had budgeted because of the amount of acres. So we were looking for the right amount of acres in the right price range with everything that we wanted. So it took a long time to find what we wanted. So we were doing a work share, working an hour in the morning. We'd go look for property during the day, and the work share provided us like a place to sleep, a place to poop, a place to eat, and it worked out great for everybody. The guy we were working for, he got some stuff done on his farm. We got a place to sleep, and ultimately it was perfect to help us find our farm, because it gave us a lot of time to find our farm. And my brother, he's been down there for 3.5, 4 years solo. Shortly after we bought the farm, I came back. And to answer your question, Trisha, I don't plan on moving to Puerto Rico full time, but I do plan on building a life there. If you go back, I'll try to link the video up here, but I kind of talk about the lifestyle I want to live. It's more of a nomadic lifestyle, and I want to be able to move around, so I want property in Texas. I want property somewhere on the West Coast. I want something on the East Coast, and I want to be able to move around throughout the year. So ultimately, I don't plan on moving to Puerto Rico full time, but I do plan on residing there throughout the year, and that's why I'm building a house there. Thanks for the question, Trisha. Question 3, this one comes from Russ Moore. Russ, I see you on my brother's videos all the time. Thanks for supporting, and thanks for the questions. 3-part question. When is the goal to have your house built in PR? So the ultimate goal is to break ground in 2021, and it's going to be a big, long project, mostly because I can't be there full time, and I'm going to be kind of remote. But we're going to hopefully break ground in 2021, and I hope to have it totally completed by the end of 2022. So 2 years. 2 years I'm going to give myself. Will your dad move there permanently? Good question. My dad has talked extensively about retiring to PR, which is why we're actually building 2 houses, one for him and one for me. And it's a good possibility that he may move there permanently once he's ready to retire, which could be several years from now. But he has talked about it, and after visiting, he really likes the island. So good possibility. Good possibility. And next time you're there, could you do a walk around of where you plan to build? Russ, yes, I will. Next time I'm there in January or February, we're going to get some heavier machinery, and we're going to clear about a full acre of land, kind of get it all graded out to the same level, and I'll give you guys a full tour of the build site, and maybe get my brother to throw the drone, the drone up in the air so you can see it from above. So yes, Russ, absolutely, we'll do that. Next question comes from Anid Pintos, and the question is, how does your wife feel about the farm in PR? So Alexandra, she loves Puerto Rico. She loves the farm, and which is another reason why we're deciding to kick this build off in 2021 is because we want a place where we can be able to go to and just relax, total tropical vibe, and yeah, she loves Puerto Rico, she loves the farm, and so yeah, this is kind of another reason why we're kind of putting our foot on the pedal, if you will, and we're gonna get this build going. Thanks for the question, Anid. Ma Elo 77 asks, favorite PR food, and hands down, tostones. The first time I ever went to Puerto Rico, I had tostones and I fell in love. It's a twice fried plantain. If you cut them into like chunks that thick, you fry them, pull them out, smash them and refry them, and you end up with like a chip, nice flat chip, crispy and delicious with a little bit of garlic salt. Oh, they're delicious. A close second would be mofongo. I had some vegan mofongo in San Juan at this restaurant. Can't remember the name of it, but golly, that mofongo was so good. So I'd say tostones and mofongo would be 2 of my favorite PR foods, Puerto Rico foods. And did your dad enjoy PR? Very much so. Although at the beginning of the trip, from all the traveling and the fact that my dad hadn't been out of the state of Texas in 15 years or something like that, kind of got a little travel sick. But after the first couple of days of being there, he kind of worked off the travel sickness a little bit, and he's feeling great now that we've been back home for a couple weeks. He's all good. Thanks for asking. Number 6 from Christina. I'm gonna butcher your last name, Havezi, and Christina wants to know, what are you going to grow on the farm? Christina, we plan on growing a wide variety of rare tropical fruits, including durians and mangosteens and longans, chacharoos, abiyus, any rare tropical fruit that you can think of, we want to grow on our farm. And yeah, also we have 5 acres. I want to have a big, huge garden where we grow all our own vegetables, tomatoes, leafy greens, things like that. So we really minimize the amount of trips that we have to take to the store, and we can eat off of our land. Being vegan It's very possible to do that in Puerto Rico. Very possible. Thanks for the question, Christina. Olga Vega wants to know, what part of Puerto Rico do you like the most? And that's a very simple answer, because very clearly I love the west side of the island. I love Las Marias, Maricao, Mayahuez, San Sebastian. That whole side of the island right there is perfect. It's beautiful, and that's ultimately why we bought our farm in Las Marias, because we just fell in love there. Don't get me wrong though, there are tons of beautiful places on the island. El Yunque, go to El Yunque, definitely. Freaking amazing. But it's called the Enchanted Island for a reason. You can hardly go anywhere without just being totally blown away. So yeah, my favorite part of the island is right where we are, where our farm is in Las Marias. Thanks for the question. Number 8 from Jose Sego. Multi-part question again. How many siblings do you have? I've got Hayden, Vegan Vlogs. I've got an older brother, a younger sister, and a younger like half brother, I guess. So 3.5 siblings. Besides Hayden, all my siblings are right here in Central Texas. And is your dad feeling better? Yes, my dad is feeling better. Like I said earlier, it's just that travel sickness from not traveling in a long time. Kind of was feeling a little off the first couple days we were there, but all good now. Thank you for asking, Jose. ML wants to know, did you buy another property near Hayden? No, we didn't. No, I didn't. So my brother and I, we have a 50-50 partnership in the farm that we bought. We've got 5 acres. There's lots of land around us that's abandoned, in my opinion. Nobody's taking care of it. Nobody lives in the area. So I'd like to buy up all the surrounding property, but that's for a later date and a later time. Thanks for the question, ML. Number 10. Again, I think I answered this one up top from Trisha, and I've written down a lot of people. This must have been a question that I got asked a lot, and it says, are you and your family planning on moving to PR in the near future? Again, I just answered that for Trisha. Yeah, nomad life. And I'll try to link my video up here where I talk about my my nomad life. And yeah. Number 11, Yvette Arroyo wants to know, you and your dad are building wood houses and not concrete like Hayden. Why? Okay, Yvette and everybody else, let me clear something up. We're not building wood houses. We're building what you call an ICF house. It's an insulated concrete form. Basically, it's a big Lego system for grown-ups. And you stack these insulated concrete forms, you stack them all up, and you build your exterior walls, and then the inside of the insulated concrete form is hollow, and it's hollow all the way down. So you stack your walls up, and then you drop rebar, and you fill it full of concrete. So you have 2 inches of insulation, foam insulation on the outside. You have 6 inches of concrete, and then you have 2 inches of foam insulation on the inside. And so it gives you a really insulated house, very efficient. The only part that I was planning on doing in wood, and this is forever changing or ever changing until we actually get to this point, because I'm thinking more along the lines of actually trying to source most of my stuff right off the island versus importing it, just due to the import cost and the import taxes. I think that it may be more cost efficient to get all my building materials on the island. So the only part we were talking about maybe doing in wood is the trusses, the ceiling trusses, or the roof trusses, and yeah, it's ever changing. But I think that if we do it in wood, we're doing it treated, and of course we're gonna bolt it down very securely to the insulated concrete form, and I think that it would totally be hurricane proof, earthquake proof, and everything else, because I've seen some of the things that have made it through the earthquakes and made it through the hurricanes, especially on our side of the island in Las Marias. We're in a nice little pocket, kind of in a valley. We don't see very high winds there whenever the major hurricanes hit. It's possible we could, but we haven't yet. And I've seen some of the stuff that has survived previous hurricanes. And I think that if I decided to do wood trusses for the ceiling, for the roof, it would be totally fine. So with that said, it's ever changing, and we may end up doing steel trusses or something totally different. So I'll keep you guys in the loop on that as things progress. But as of right now, I hope that cleared up some confusion. We're not actually building a wood house, we're building an insulated concrete form house, I guess. And yeah, if you're not sure, still look up insulated concrete form, and hopefully that'll clear some things up for you. And last question from Dorset Hoff 33 wants to know, will your brother grow marijuana on his farm? Dorset, I'll get into this with you, and for anybody else, if you got kids watching, go ahead and plug the ears, turn it off. We're going to talk about illicits. I like marijuana. I smoke marijuana. I would grow marijuana given the opportunity. We have 5 acres, and we do have an opportunity to grow marijuana, provided we have all the licensing and everything else like that. There's like so much security, and you have to secure your premises, you have to have the proper licensing, and everything else like that. Given the opportunity to, I definitely would. My brother, I don't think so, but me, I'm more of a business guy. I'm not scared to make money, and I think that marijuana business would be very lucrative. But again, it's all about logistics. You know, first thing is first is going to be building the house, and then that's going to come second. But it's definitely something that has crossed my mind more than one time, and I'd love to do it. If you've got any insight on it, or if anybody does, about all the licensing and regulations that go into it, leave me a comment down below, or I'll put my email in the description if you want to go more into depth. Send me an email. But yeah, I definitely, given the opportunity, I would grow marijuana on the farm. I'd love to have like a big 10,000 square foot greenhouse with just like some massive marijuana plants. That would be freaking sick. But one thing at a time, one thing at a time. I hope that answered all your questions, guys. I hope you guys got to know me a little bit better. I'll do another one of these when we get to 10,000 subscribers. So again, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And a couple things. I'm going to post my Puerto Rico vlog from my most recent trip. I'll be posting that in a week, maybe week and a half. And that's going to be the end of my posting schedule for 2020. We'll pick it up strong in 2021. The other thing I was going to ask you guys, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. I was thinking about starting a second channel purely dedicated to electrical content. We hit it hard in 2021, and we'll cover the 2020 NEC, and we'll cover really all things electrical. So if you're here for my electrical content and you would like, or if you think a second channel dedicated to just electrical would be beneficial, let me know down in the comments. I've been considering it, and I think that it would be good to keep this channel as like a vlog channel and a family style channel, and have a separate dedicated channel for my electrical content. But I don't know, I could just keep it all on this channel if you guys don't mind. It's totally up to you. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.